President Trump. Anything you need to say bad about the Democrats, announce this one here. Democrat Joe Manchin, who has done nothing for the state of West Virginia, ordered WVU Medicine, or WVU College, to issue her degree for whatever it is. I don't have all the details of that. To be the CEO of this right here. She never earned her degree and gets paid $1 million some dollars a year, and never earned it, was giving her degree. Anytime Democrats need to do something, they use education, kids, and medical excuses to abuse your rights as an American citizen. It's a bunch of bullshit. They're paying her $1.7 million a year for being the CEO of this business. She never earned the degree that everybody else goes in there and pays $100,000 for a piece of toilet paper to hang on their wall above their head wherever they work that gets them nothing. And Department of Justice,
security,
you know everything going on right now.
And you need to delete whatever videos you've filmed.
We do not have to do
that.
Freedom. You can't even do freedom of press, President Trump, to let them know how, and all the Republicans, how dirty the Democrats are. Joe Manchin, he was used to be the governor of the state of West Virginia, and they come over and the girl shut the phone off. I told her not to, stand strong, but they don't want you to know about this stuff right here. They got all swarming around me and tell me I have to delete this message and not let the United States know of corruption in the state of West Virginia. Transcripts, everything are coming out.
Code out there,
oh,
Zach.
shit. Grab that for me. I forgot about that. I wanted to show off my American flag shirt for $1 that I bought at the Goodwill. Pretty good bargain I got. And the police are like following me everywhere right now on this mission. There he is. He thinks he's real cool taking pictures and stuff. Like, it really scares me. I don't need the morphine and, or not morphine, the opioids and shit that are sold out of here. What's going on also too in America, or in the state of West Virginia, is the Attorney General of the state of West Virginia. His wife is the biggest dope dealer in the state of West Virginia. You vote for me for governor, the only way he will stay as Attorney General of the state of West Virginia is if the last serial killer's wife is my secretary and gets paid $1 million a year. Is the only way.
They took pictures of us.
Yeah, I know. You know, that's the same scenario as to have the biggest drug dealer's husband in the state of West Virginia as Attorney General. My secretary should be the wife of the biggest serial killer, maybe in the United States or West Virginia, if we're going to let this kind of corruption happen. And right now, what Patrick Morrissey's doing, I don't know all the details, but I briefly read about it on Newsbreak, and he is suing the companies that make opioid stuff that his wife distributes everywhere and kills thousands of people a month, a day, in the state with the highest drug overdose rate. Is he going to sue his own wife? Whoever is defending that case right there or going against him, bring this subject up, bring this video up right here, show everybody what's going on. Who the fuck knows where I'm going? Never been down here, but I'll get turned around down here.
You're not go down there.
Yeah. Well, I can't go off-roading. But hey, America, we will.
I
know. I don't care. I'll go over this area. I love off-roading, and one thing I'll do if any of these lawsuits happen.
Security guards.
Who knows? That could have been Joe Manchin's. That could have been Joe Manchin's daughter, for all we know. She didn't want it to be in denial.
She didn't say who she was.
She wouldn't tell. That could have been her right there, you know. She's the CEO. They probably said, hey, come out of here, out of your office. But back to the off-road subject, America, YouTube beer stock 2007. West Virginia pays out anything on this one. All my money will go there to make tens of thousands of people happy. Coming to that event. And DMX, I want you in West Virginia, not in the federal penitentiary, coming here doing what you love to do. Party up in here, because that I want happening. That and Godsmack and Metallica, Guns N' Roses, if we can get them back together. That's what I'm going to do with the money right there, and then hire carnivals to come in for all the kids in the state of West Virginia, and all over the earth can come there for happiness. Imagine with media nowadays. Back in 1993, the Blackwater 100 on state property had 50,000 people in a little 500, 700 people town. YouTube Blackwater 100. That is the mediation I will do in the House of Delegates or Congress. Oh yeah.
They're still sitting there. Is that woman there or she left?
I don't
Just
know.
the security
I don't
guards
know.
back there.
Paying attention to the roads.
Huh?
I'm paying attention to the roads. But now you know it all, America, about corruption, Democrats, stuff like that. Vote for me for governor in West Virginia. Make West Virginia great again. Called that one. President Trump, me and you's like the same. You're a landlord, I'm a landlord. There's a collusion operation against both of us, President Trump. All the Democrats are after you, constantly saying crime this, crime that. All the dictators, corrupt, true criminals wearing ties in the state of West Virginia are saying I'm a criminal this, criminal that. Never proven anything, except for that they're doing fraudulent federal crimes and activities. The definition of collusion is a secretive, illegal, or deceitful thing to harm somebody. That's what they're doing to the leader of the United States and me, fighting for my freedoms of happiness, getting a job again. I can't get a job not because I was convicted, because almost 10 years later the felony is still pending. The case was illegally closed. TSA sent me a message, talked to them in Virginia after I reapplied for my Coast Guard ID to go back to work on the ships in the engine department. That's what I'm going to do. They responded wanting to know what happened in the 2010 case, and there has never been a disposition of the indictment. The emails will be released to show you how ignorant the Office of Disciplinary Counsel is to not even know what that means. And they're the ones with education indoctrinated in the compounds. And Mark doesn't believe in the Bible because they're starting new shit now in America where they're trying to teach the real Bible as a history class in schools and teach the new versions of the Bible. Now, we're going to the best restaurant in Morgantown, or one of my favorites, because it's cheap. Cheapest is the best is my motto in the landlord business. But anyways, President Trump, how are me and you the same? We're both landlords. There's a collusion operation against us both. And your persecution date was on the same time as mine, where they had your impeachment hearing on the 4th. Mine was on the 4th also. At least you made it through yours. You know, they arrested me on the way to mine, saying you'll see those papers coming out soon of the corruption. There's how we are the same. You've traveled the world, President Trump, and so have I. I love it. The Merchant Marines. It's the best job on earth with hardly no education and paying more than all the people coming out of WVU makes. Except for one that you just seen in this video. That could have been the daughter. I don't know. Some comical story I'll tell you about Joe Manchin, America. How many people you know call up the governor's office? Hey, Joe Manchin owned a jet ski. I bought it from a guy in the bulletin board. And I called him back and said, where's the title to it at? Man, you're going to have to call Joe Manchin. Said, who's that? You don't know who Joe Manchin is? No, who is it? He's the governor of the state of West Virginia. So I called down there. Oh, you're going to have to send us $15. Are you serious? The governor of the state of West Virginia needs $15? Can't afford it? And I got it in the mail a couple days later. And Joe Manchin, America, how did I get the U.S. Constitution? It's his obligation and duties to send it out to people. I called 2 offices in the state of West Virginia, got nothing, with a good, common courtesy message. Hey, my address and where they can send it to, where I get all my mail, and my phone number and stuff. Never heard nothing. I called the Washington, D.C. office. Listen up! Do I have to say it this way? I'm not asking you to issue a degree from WVU like you did your daughter. I'm asking you to issue the United States Constitution that you are obligated to do as a senator of the United States. Had it in the mail a couple days later, 2 of them. You gotta raise hell with these kind of fools right here out of these compounds where they just indoctrinate, brainwash youth of the nation. Democrats, free education, education. They keep promoting education, and then they turn around and say free education this, free education that, to get voted in or make all the fools here, 25,000 of them, that come out with a piece of toilet paper in their hand that gets them a poverty level job. I got 3 cousins. They all went to school at WVU. My dad, an 80-hour coal mining class, $120,000, $130,000 a year, sitting on his ass in a dozer, using 2 fingers up and down for right and left, and the other hand up and down for the blade, going back and forth for 8, 13, 16 hours a day, and makes that kind of money there with an 80-hour education. My last paycheck, 98 days, $29,685. If I still had that job to this day, $117,000 I'd make in that amount of time. No less than probably $700 a day. Don't be out there telling your children that you need college. It's just a big fucking joke money racket. It is not education, school, it's a business. And then they're issuing all these orders to me without even having court processes. We'll talk about that when I get back to Fairmont. That'll be on the internet for you to see. Should these people even be judges? There's one other man, the magistrate's dad in Marion County was killed in a fire, unfortunately. That is sad. I think 7 people died, but he's been in prison for 29 years with no evidence. That case right there is going to be brought up. I'm going to develop a law firm in the state of West Virginia that is going to do nothing but specialize in post-conviction and civil rights for the American people. Somebody has to stand strong. I'm like Martin Luther King. And President Trump, I'm worried about you. You know, Abraham Lincoln killed, Martin Luther King killed. My life is on the line right now doing all this. And President Trump, you're a patriot of the United States. I'm in fear of you too, that they're going to hurt you. So be careful on that one. I don't want people like us get ridiculed and talked bad about all the time by the opposing side, and we're the ones doing the right. How is my life at risk right now doing this whole thing? The West Virginia authorities took a double homicide man to the front of the jail and tried to get him to hurt me, and he came back and said he would not. Double life sentence, and I have not yet been convicted. And they put me into his cell, and the story on that one right there, I was in 8, which means new beginning in the Bible, and cell 6, the devil's number, and they came to my cell and said, hey, we're going to be moving you. To where? For what? I was in there by myself in the hole. The captain ordered this. The captain's son works inside the courthouse with the sheriff's department. Sevilla is his name, and they put me in there. Just beat him. Just jump on him right now. Beat the shit out of him. Just do it, man. Just kill him. Just do it. Beat him. And the man with the double homicide said, no, man, I can't do that. I just can't do it. I cannot do that. That's what I'm in here for. They jumped me. And I fought back. Can't do it. But then the other man kept saying it. I was just saying the Lord's Prayer over and over again in my head, remaining silent. And then I woke up in the morning when there was light. I looked right at the one man and I said, God told me your name. What is it? David. I'm not David. He is David. The man with the double homicide was not David. The other man that was trying to get him to kill me, beat me to death, his name was David. The Bible says King David tried to cover up the flaws of the 12 tribes. Demons led him to murder, amass power and wives. And that's, you got the dirty, rotten judge, David R. Janes. Same name, same crimes. I got him on camera outside the courthouse where he threatened me when I said I was going to fax in a paper and was going to fax a paper, and I appealed the case to Supreme Court of West Virginia. And he says, yeah, we'll see if they hear that case. That is a pretty damn big threat right there. One of them will let us over.
Be careful, Dan.
And an hour and 47 minutes after the Supreme Court scheduling order came back to his office, I was arrested by the senior bank defender of WVU Medicine and
that clothing store's house.
And the Marion County for where a girl claims she was hurt with my car. And that's where the jury was paid on that one there, where he was not in denial that they were paid. Anybody that gets accused of doing something they didn't do immediately says they did not do. Even little kids do that. Everybody does it, no matter what. You don't sit there and say things that he did. Alright, we're getting off here and eating now. It's $6 for 6 something over there. CC's back there. Which way is it from here? Yeah.
CC.
You want to go in? You want to go in Target too? Target. All right.